Wigan, with all that silverware in the bag for the last 40 years, Kingston Rovers on the cusp of something special, maybe, and tonight could be the night that they prove that they are the pedigree champs potentially. Kingston Rovers get first touch of the ball, and this is going to be an amazing night of rugby league. And down he goes. Again, there's just the one play to go. Parcell skips it left. Lewis chips for the corner. Miskey's underneath it. And what's he in the in-goal area? Oh, there is an obstructing run on the way there. One of the Kingston Rovers players was pushed out of the way, so they get the penalty here.
Yeah, it's a tidy kick. Again, it's Kieran. Kieran just turns out, runs Ryan Hall off. He knows the threat of Ryan Hall. Defensive teams do it. You've got to be subtle. There was nothing subtle about that from Adam Kieran.
But they can right things again here. Parcell. And now Sue slamming in. Heavy carry from that big prop forward. Parcell picks up and sees the opportunity. And I think he's got it down. Oh, he snatched one from nowhere. And Kingston Rovers get things up and running. And it's Parcell with a little sleight of hand and a feint of the body who gives them that opening try.
Yeah, so sharp and patient from Hull KR. Willie Peters will be urging his team just to stay in the grind. Matty Pete will be wanting more from his side when they're defending the line. But it's tidy and patient from Hull KR, turning players back on the inside, really testing the middle of Wigan's defensive line. I think it's Cade Ellis and the Wigan defenders so threatened by Elliot Minchella, so threatened by the shape that Mikey Lewis and Minchella offer, they take the eye off the ball. Cade Ellis gets beaten on his inside shoulder. It's too easy, Dave. That's too easy. Matty Pete will be fuming at the simplicity of that try. You know, Wigan would have prepped him doing that near the line, but incredibly hard to stop. Fantastic start here for the Robins.
Well, Mikey Lewis, as a starter kick, couldn't have asked for better, right in front of the sticks. 5 away, trying to extricate himself from those defenders to play it on again. Minchella. And again, Whitbread just getting those legs, working quickly, taking in quick strides to hit that line as hard as he can. And with this last play, Tyrone May, and a little step back on the inside by Mikey Lewis. And Mikey Lewis, would you believe it? Well, if you've been watching him all season, you would believe it. He's been scoring like that. Just seems unstoppable close to the line. He's a pinball wizard in that kind of situation. And Hull KR extend it to 10-0.
Oh, it's Magic Mikey at his very best, Dave. When he's confident, when he runs the ball, things happen. This year more so than any other year. 2024's been a standout year for Mikey Lewis. His ability to evade challenges, he stands Bevan French right up. He puts Bevan French, who's a solid defensive player, on his heels, shrugs him to one side. The balance, the footwork, the explosion. Magic Mikey Lewis at his very best, Dave. He's just got better and better as this year's gone on. How many times have we seen him ride challenges near the line like that and come up with a try? Exceptional from him, and there's not a lot Wigan could do. You've got to make your tackle. Lehman had a chance, French had a chance, Field had a chance. Lewis was too good.
Well, they're just about inside the Wigan half again here. And they're running out of tackles at the moment. Tanganua fresh on the field for the interchange bench, as is Sam Luckley. And an offload that Batchelor just about kept a hold of. Referee says play on. Minchella carries on. And then it's offloaded again. Broadbent with the first skip. Lewis now again gets away from defenders. Offers an opportunity. Gildart there. Wigan's defence recovers well. But it's another offload. They're just keeping this alive superbly. Tanganua eventually dragged down. But they covered some yard there in just that one play. Here's the last, chip over the top, reached by Hicko, he can't get it. Wardle, goodies to Marshall, comes back on the inside. He's got Smith with him as well. Smith now steps away from Hall. He's being chased down, and eventually he is dragged down. But in the blink of an eye, and he's being held down again, and it's going to be a sin binning here, I think.
10 minutes in the bin.
Yes. Professional foul, Joe Burgess.
Well, who's the yellow card to? Forber on the last. Forber flicks it out. Smith puts it back to French. French, they've got numbers here. They've got the numbers here. And Miske dives for the corner. There is some figuring out to do here.
Tackle 5 then. We've got to try on
the field.
On camera 1. So the leg is up. I know the leg is up. Pause it there. Thank you. I've now made my decision.
And I think this is going to be a popular decision for the majority of the crowd in here. Here we go, listen to this. Tension. French inside for Ellis, and Ellis is looking for an offload. May was advancing, and having advanced, he might have left a bit of a gap here. Warble out to Marshall. Marshall now looking for the outside, and tries to step Broadbent, but Broadbent's got his hips and drags him down. Wigan again are on the last. Long searching ball for Harry Smith. Then long searching for Bevan French. French cutting back towards his left-hand side, where there's a huge gap. And Nsemba takes the opportunity. They dragged him left. They dragged him right. And when they dragged them left again, it was Nsemba who galloped in to score.
Well, this left edge of Wigan, he's having some real joy opposite the right edge. That's now missing Joe Burgess for KR. 7 tries for Junior Nsemba this year. That might be the easiest one he's scored all season, because the whole KR defence was in tatters. It had been pulled, it had been stretched. Tyrone May just clocks off in the bottom of your shot. He just starts walking. He has a fraction of a second off and then comes into shot. And it's his lack of urgency at the start of the play costs him. Look, Burgess is out of the picture, he's on the bench, he's having 10 minutes out of the game. So they're going to come back to this side. French knows that, he skims back, look at his eyes, he's scanning. He knows May's sat back. And then Nsemba walks in nearly untouched, Broadbent gets a hand on him. There's no chance, there is no chance that you're stopping Junior Nsemba from there. But look at French, he knows where he's going. He spots, he's looking, Tyrone May's back, game on.
Well, what a recovery. Parcell again. Little pick up and scoop and a dash. Darting again towards that line. But Nsemba is amongst the bruising shoulders that come his way and put him down. Hadley. And that's a penalty.
He just punched me in the face. So Harry Smith's been penalised for just interfering in the ruck. He's just stood at the side. It's a little nudge. Kicks the ball. Parcell. It's a penalty. You'd expect them to take 2 points here.
But then you add Lee to the mix, and they will actually be up in 4th place if that stays as it is. And Leeds in 5th. There's a kick, and it has gone over. So who would have thought that closing in on half-time, it's a kicking of Mikey Lewis that's the difference between these two sides. Looking to occupy opponent's territory, but denied that because this will be the last play. Mikey Lewis is rattled to the ground. Oh, it's a penalty given. Well, it was Forber who got to him.
Yeah, I think it was Thompson. I think it's Luke Thompson. It's not an aggressive contact to this Forber. It is, you were right, Dave. Apologies. And it was an aggressive contact.
And then I think there's a Wigan word out of place, so the referee's given them another 10 metres here.
It's just bad timing from Forber, bad timing. And we spoke about penalties and errors. Well, there's a penalty. Matty Peake, 2 minutes after, maybe telling his team that that's where they needed to improve. They've conceded one, a needless one as well.
Yeah, chest puffed out, little nod of the head. Body language suggests confidence.
Yeah, we're projecting confidence.
Steps back, hulking Sir Rovers fans behind those sticks to which he is kicking. And he's hit the target again. Who would doubt him? 3 out of 4, 14 points to 8. Another set of 6 down, too long in the tackle. Field stepping away this time from the clutches of Gildart. 5 to go from here. Inside for French. Ellis just settles things down with a drive that gives them the platform. Little glance around from Forber. Which way does he fancy? He's going to go left, where Smith's waiting, interception! And this is going to be Peter Hicko, who's running away from almost chasing him. He's going to be too quick for them all. Heads for the corner, turns it back inside, and it's Burgess who finishes. Joe Burgess gets his moment in the sun. But they're having another look.
Tackle 2. We've got to try. Just check the grounding element, Ben, because we're directly behind him.
Looking at the grounding.
We're directly behind him. We've not seen the grounding.
He's not seen the grounding, that's all that is. So he wants it checking again. Let's hear from the video referee. It might be that Burgess gets the last lap, because this is going to be a big try on the night, which gives his side an 18-8 lead.
Yeah, he might have been the villain on 28 minutes when he got his yellow card, but wow, has he repaid those. Robin's faithful. An exceptional effort from Peter Hicko, wasn't it? What a great piece of defensive play, just putting himself in such an awkward position. Wigan looked like they were creating a number. Hicko read it. He read it. He picked Bevan French's pocket. And you thought he had the wheels. You thought he had the gas. He's tying up. Great chase back from Marshall. It's an unreal effort from Burgess to get there. But this is exceptional centre play from Peter Hicko, knowing the short, knowing it's desperate, plucking the intercept, and then just having the patience and the confidence to toss it back inside. No doubt on that grounding, no doubt on that try, no doubt on this Robins team, Dave, and what they're capable of achieving. Matty Pete knows just how important that is.
Well, it was almost like Peter Hicko had eyes in the back of his head, because if he felt he wasn't going to get there, he kind of drew Marshall away from the chasing Burgess, didn't he, with the angle of the run there.
Yeah, it was really smart. Run away from the chase, move the chase around, and that's exactly what he did.
And Lewis with the boot, lands it again. He's having a sensational night in that department, and it's a 2-score lead that Hull Kingston Rovers have now given themselves. Mago. Oh, again, another impact. Again, making more metres than he was entitled to. Making things happen. Forber to Smith. Smith short. Now Dupree tries to work his way over, but he's going to be held up. Only a step away. Forber waiting. Connects and spins out. Field again. Searching back towards the middle, but before he gets in his stride, Minchella's across to drag him down. Wigan thwarted, but is it only temporarily? Ellis passes a poor one. Who wants it? Who's going to get it? Eventually picked up by Miski, and now Bevan French will come skipping in, and he's put a kick and a chaser, and Bevan French making things happen in that magical fashion. Unbelievable!
And he creates things of beauty, and this is one of those. You think it's coming to nothing. When it comes back to the middle, there's nothing doing. Okay, are connected. Everyone's doing the job. Well, it doesn't matter. We saw it on Good Friday against St Helens. French creating magic out of nothing, and he's done that here on the biggest of stages, in the biggest of moments. Bevan French is worth the ticket alone just to see him do things like that.
Kieran settling himself for what would be his first success of the night. We're back in from here. And suddenly, on the back of something sensational, the game is back in the balance. Lee carrying on in the style of their night so far, and Leeds likewise. So things are beginning to move decisively at the top end of the table. With, to remind you, only 2 weeks of the regular season after this weekend. There's an injury here. Dupree stayed down.
You see Tyler Dupree just carry the ball into contact. Whitbread's just made a little bit of contact. It's that forward lean again, so it's difficult. Sue ricochets him into Whitbread. He's ended up hitting him high. It's a hard one, like I said, with those ball carries that lean into contact, Dave. It's incredibly difficult to find a slot.
And it's yet another example, isn't it, or the player stays down,
Come in, mate.
the video referee gets
with the
involved.
shoulder to the head. The only mitigation is the fact that there's a ricochet off the player, which is saved yet. It's 10 minutes in the bin.
So Wigan in the sin bin for 10 minutes. For the second time tonight, Hawkinson Rovers denied a player for 10 minutes. Solid clump forward again. But only one play to go. Forber. Smith. And out comes Field from full back. And making space. And Marshall cuts back in. And Leo Marshall bounces over to score.
Bring the winger up. If he stays back, we run it. He stayed back, they ran it. And Marshall with an exceptional finish. They just toyed with Hulkar. That right edge of Hulkar has just been put in some awkward situations, especially on play 4, especially on play 5. It's a magic finish on the end of that.
Kieran settles. Big look at the sticks. His kicking form hasn't been great tonight. But forward he rolls and he strikes it well, and everybody in Wigan colours behind the sticks are up in the air. Well before the flags were raised, it's 20 points apiece. Leeming. Will make go with a good ball to Nsemba, who returns the favour, and then it's off and on to Wardle, and he's got Marshall on his outside. Wardle will take it as far as he can, knowing that his winger's there, and Marshall will finish second of the night. Viperous, the way they swim there.
He's had so much punch, what a short ball. And then the subtlety of skill from Mago. He's made a difference for Wigan. He's really sped up the game when Wardle's in space there. He's a beautiful sight, is Jake Wardle, when he's clear. But it's all about Mago. Short ball and Nsemba punches. And then soft hands from the big man. And Wardle knows he's got to outrun that chase. He does, he gets away from May. He squares up Broadbent. Marshall with his second of the night. And you're right, it's deadly from the Warriors, Dave. It's absolutely deadly.
Maybe tonight they retain that league leader's shield. Hawkinson Rovers in the fight for most of the night. Will have another go, surely, for silverware, with a grand final in the reckoning. But tonight it's Wigan's night.